Happy New Year's! So this is my New Year's Eve resolution video. I'm going to be talking about the resolutions that I want to set for the coming year, what I've done this year, and how we can stick to our resolutions a little bit better in the years coming forward. So my biggest resolution this year is to have better boundaries for myself and to put up healthier boundaries with other people to where I am making sure I'm getting my needs met out of every relationship that I have. Another huge resolution that I have is to just show up for myself as much as possible this next year. Just be as calm and patient with myself, not getting mad at myself for things that I really don't have control over, and just being a little bit more loving to myself on the days when I'm having hard days. And I would say my last big resolution for this year is to just, spend more time loving myself. Whether that's making a hot bath, whether it's pouring myself some nice tea. I think we all, when we're stressed, we sometimes push off doing the things that we need to do to show ourselves love, and I just want to make sure that's a big priority for me this year. So as far as the things from last year that I worked on that I want to acknowledge, I finished college. It's a huge one. I really just want to take a second to let myself appreciate that, because I realized earlier today that I hadn't. And, if I can't celebrate something as big as college, then, that really is a problem. So I'm going to celebrate myself for that. I have set amazing routines this year, and I want to also acknowledge that. I think that, sometimes it's really easy to see where we are and forget where we've come from. And everything about my apartment is more comfy today than it was a year ago. And a lot of that has been because of the healthier routines that I picked up and the things that I've been doing to take care of myself. So I really just want to thank myself for setting up those habits and to appreciate what I've done for myself. And I would say the last major thing I've done for myself this year was to clearly define my boundaries and to stop accepting people who did not respect me or my time and energy into my space. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about things that we can do to help stick to our resolutions this year. I think a lot of times we make very kind of lofty goals for ourselves, and then we get really upset with ourselves when we're not able to follow through. So for me this year, I've been just trying to do more general, broad, goals. That works for me, and it makes it feel a little bit less, unobtainable. It's just like, this is just a general thing I'm trying to do this year, instead of, I'm trying to do X amount of things, X amount of time. It's just like, just having that built-in grace for myself, and just knowing that, like, there doesn't have to be a clear level that I reach. There's just these things that I want to work on. And that really helps for me to feel like I'm not pushing myself towards something that's not achievable. But the second thing is to just, take that task and break it down into smaller, like, bite-sized chunks. I think a lot of times, we forget that one step in our mind can actually be like 10 steps in real life to get there. And we take something that we feel like should be easy, and, we kind of just get mad at ourselves, like, why can't we do this? But sometimes there's a lot of smaller tasks that are going into that task that we're not noticing that can really be setting us up for failure, when we feel like we're not doing a lot, even though, you know, the thing that we're doing is a lot more involved than we're giving ourselves credit for. So, you know, just breaking one task into some smaller tasks can really help it seem a little bit more accomplishable, a little bit more manageable, and a little bit more realistic. And the third thing I'm going to do, which I think I already talked about in my original things that I want to work on this year, is to just be more patient with myself. You know, I think that we want quick results a lot of times, and when we don't see them, we can really get discouraged. But just because you don't see the change that's happening doesn't mean it's not happening. And there's been so many times this year where I really felt like I wasn't making any progress, but if I just was able to take a little bit further of a step back, I could see that no, like I am making progress. It's just slow. And you know, just giving yourself that time to actually achieve your goals is so important. And nothing that took years to get in the habit of is going to change overnight. So just give yourself a little bit of break and realize that we're all human. None of us are perfect, and you know, just give yourself some time because you deserve it. So this has been my Happy New Year's video. I hope y'all have a very blessed 2022. Y'all are amazing. I am so grateful to be sharing this journey with you. And it's just so inspiring to see the things that you share with me on these videos, and just to know that there are other people who are also going through these things with me. I'm just so incredibly grateful to share my journey with y'all, and to another great year. Much love always, and I'll see y'all next time.